And now for the conclusion of Altered Reality.
Okay, because she had high anxiety. I'm like, well, thank you for that bit of information. Something that I should have known from the beginning, but I'm not going to be mad at you, boo. It just makes my job a little bit more challenging because once again, me needing things from her was like a tug of war. So let's move along as we go through these next couple weeks. We had our planning meeting. That went off really, really well. So I have to think that maybe that day she was her normal self. He started to filter the information that I needed, but it was coming through very slowly. And the venue manager, too, she was becoming a little upset with the timeliness or lack of timeliness for the information that she was receiving. She needed to move full throttle to get to this wedding day. Okay, so the venue manager and I, having the relationship we have, she would text me, I would call her, we were emailing, we were trying to put this puzzle together to make sure that this day happened for the couple like it was supposed to. And in the midst of these works that we were doing, I'm also reaching out to the bride, and I'm discovering, talking to the bride, that she is not an emailer, she is a texter. And listen, if anybody knows me in business, I do not like to text when it comes to business. I do not. Okay. I only really want to text with my couples the week of the wedding. But just because I needed to get what I could get from this bride, I'm like, just text it to me at this point. I needed floor plan decisions made. I needed the guest seating chart. I needed so much. However you need to download this information to me, go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Just send it to me. However, I will decipher it the best way that I possibly can at that point. All right. We are moving along at a tortoise pace, all right, at a snail's pace, but we are getting what we need. We are now about to have the wedding rehearsal. Everything pretty much ran off smoothly. Even the DJ was there to play the music. So I have to say, this wedding rehearsal was really, really great. It was spot on. Wedding party members go ahead and exit the ballroom. And I asked the couple to stay around after the rehearsal because I wanted to make sure that I had their inventory, all of those types of things, so that I could check items off of the list so that we didn't have anything to worry about the next day. Yeah, in this moment, the bride says to me, Desiree, I don't like this floor plan. Ma'am, you are getting married tomorrow, and we're in the room, and it's pretty much set as to how it's supposed to be tomorrow. What is the problem, dear? She went on to give me a laundry list of concerns about how this room was now too small and blah, 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 blah. Well, honey girl, honey child, honey boo, we have been waiting for your seating unedited for I don't know how long, but every time you send it to us, 2 minutes later, you got to make this change and that change. And let's be honest, do you even know how many people are coming to this wedding? And furthermore, they have shared with you it's best to have the stage facing this way so that you have a longer aisle versus this way, and your aisle is shorter. It's going to be a challenge for the photographer if the stage is facing that way because the way the light shines in. All of these crazy things that you're speaking about now, we've discussed time and time again. I said, honey, what is the problem? Talk to me. Share with me what the problem is. She says to me, my anxiety is on 10, Desiree, and I just need something to help calm me down. Well, let me say, I would have clutched my pearls if I had some. I said, you need something to help calm you down. What are you speaking about, dear? She says, oh, yes, up in my room. Could someone go up there and get it for me? I said, what are you talking about? And she whispered in my ear, which I won't say out loud what she was speaking about. And I already kind of alluded to that fact. I was like, oh, nah, boo. I'm not going to be able to go up to your room and get anything like that. My hands will not touch anything like that on this evening or even on your wedding day. Where's your matron of honor? Where's your sister? Tell her to go up there and get whatever you need to calm these nerves. But I'm going to need you to focus intently and understand that we're not changing this floor plan. We're not going to do it. That's when I had to put my foot down because listen, as the professional, I get it. You come into your environment and you haven't seen it with the florals, the chairs, the decor, the aisle runner, all those things. You're like, oh, I still got time to change. No, you don't. Not 24 hours beforehand. We're not changing anything. Flowers have been ordered. Actually, they're in-house right now putting these arrangements together. Okay. Aisle runner is already pre-selected. It has been pre-cut. All of those things. We're not changing nothing up. So whatever you are feeling, just know tomorrow is going to be beautiful, because I would never put my name on something that is not pretty, but we're not going to change these things up. So I'm going to need your anxiety to come down, for you to get whatever you need to refocus, redirect your energy. I ain't nobody about to worry about you. You're going to be fine. You're going to marry your boo tomorrow and you're going to be real pretty. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. So now we get to wedding day. I head on downtown and I was able to navigate through the traffic fairly smoothly. I head on downtown and it's where I go check on the bride, and they had a really, really great suite upstairs. And y'all, can I just tell y'all something? She has some nasty bridesmaids. Y'all see my face? If I walk into the wedding suite that had a bathroom and 2 connecting rooms, I walk in the door and I see some panties on the floor. Yeah, I said it. Y'all heard me say it. I see some panties on the floor. Y'all nasty. Don't play with me, y'all nasty. Pick them draws up and act like you got some sense, that a planner is not coming in here, that a photographer, a videographer is not coming in here. Clean this space up a little bit so we can get the photos we need, your little nasty tail selves. I headed to the room on the left, and that's where the bride was, but I could see she was a little anxious. She was going through something. The dress was hanging beautifully. The photographer was in there capturing the images of the shoes, the rings, all of those things. Our first look isn't even supposed to happen for an hour. Her hair and makeup looks beautiful, but she is on 10 for whatever reason. So y'all, listen, I already know what this girl needs. So I pulled her matron of honor over and I asked her, I says, hey, did she take a hit today? She was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure she's good. I'm like, okay. Listen, I don't want no smoke. I just wanted to make sure she was calm, because we're going to be having the first look very soon. And in that moment of me asking this matron of honor to supply the bride with what she needed is when the rain came. The rain came down like torrential downpours. It was crazy, y'all. Yeah. I was like, oh no, because the first look was going to happen outside on the hotel terrace, on the, I won't say the floors because I don't want to give that hotel away, but it was on a higher floor, and literally that is where the first look was going to take place. They had made it so pretty and set out the chairs and all those things. And seeing this rain really, really saddened me, because I know that was something that the couple wanted. This was one of the locations they had selected specifically because of this terrace. So that kind of saddened me in that moment, but it saddened her even more. She literally lost her mind. You talking about it's raining outside, it's now raining down her face. She is crying. She is losing her mind. I'm like, sis, get her what she need. Get over here. Get her what she need. Does she need a cocktail? What does she need? I need her to calm down. I need her to be okay. Need her to get what she needs so that she can put this gown on. She can put these shoes on. I tell the bride, I tell the sister, as well as the other nasty wedding party members, that I'll be back momentarily. I go ahead and I find the venue manager. I says, hey, it's raining. We don't know if it's going to stop within the hour so they can have the first look. What is our backup? Where can we do the first look that's still very nice inside of this hotel, but that will also kind of make them smile? She showed me a couple of locations. I picked one. I reach out to the photographer, ask the photographer whenever she's done taking some images, could she come, just see if the lighting was good, all of that. Photographer said this is fine if we can't be outside on the terrace. Whew, all right. I go back to the bridal suite and I says, hey, you got your dress on, you're looking good. It's damp outside. It's sprinkling a little bit. Are you sure you want to go out here and take photos? Because we also have a backup. She said she was very, very adamant that she wanted to take the images outside on the terrace. I'm like, okay. So we get the wedding party upstairs. They're going to not be a part of the first look, but immediately after the first look images were taken, the wedding party was going to go ahead and start their photos. And because it had rained and because downtown was so crowded, we all decided to stay in the hotel and take those photographs. Now, there was a problem with this photographer. Don't get me wrong. The main photographer was awesome. It was her second shooter that seemed to be a little bit confused about things. Now, I don't know. Maybe she hadn't worked around so many rambunctious young individuals, young adult individuals, because they were running this poor child, okay? Because the main photographer had taken a couple other places inside of the hotel just to get photographs of them two by themselves. And so that left the wedding party and the second shooter to do some photographs before they all come back together. And it was too much going on. So I was like to my assistant, stay up here and navigate this mess so that we can get through this as quickly as possible. Shout out to my assistant. She is thebomb.com. And now it comes to ceremony time, and the wedding guests are coming in and they're drying off because it rains, sadly. They're drying off. They're complaining about the traffic. But hey, had you read the wedding website, you would have known we told you to get here about 30 to 45 minutes earlier because of the traffic that was going on downtown Chicago. Don't look at me mad. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Now come on in here, take this seat, and let's do what we do. But we're now at the point that the ceremony is about to begin. I've got the very rambunctious wedding party lined up. I got the couple in position, and the bride, I have to say, is quite calm. Her sister did what was needed. And they make it down the aisle. They have their wedding ceremony. All is well with the world. Yay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. They went on ahead and got married. And now it's time to go ahead and have the cocktail hour, which was on another floor inside of the hotel, while we changed over that ballroom for their wedding reception. This is when we learned that this seating chart that she had been sharing with us for the last several weeks was a hot mess. There were tables that were incorrect. People seated in the wrong place. It literally gave me the worst headache ever, and the venue manager as well. It was too much drama with this seating. Once we let these guests down into the ballroom to go ahead and be seated, listen. Okay, I have in my contract, if I do not receive that final seating chart 72 hours before your wedding, then people can sit wherever the hell they want to. I do not care. And I mean that. And I do that for a particular reason, because when you are very slow in giving me the information that I need, I do not have time to cross-check, to redline, to highlight seating to make sure that if I discover any mistakes, I can have a detailed conversation with you about it so that we can rectify it before wedding day. The bride did not do what she needed to do. She did not give me what I needed. And so I had to implement, let them sit wherever. Literally, I knew where the family was supposed to be seated. Wedding party, I knew where they were supposed to be seated. And there were some elders that we had created space for their wheelchairs versus an actual chair for them to sit on. I knew where they were. Everybody else sit where y'all want to. I'm not about to play this game with y'all. Okay. The wedding reception went on as it was supposed to, minus the fact that the guests could sit wherever they wanted to, because I was not about to deal with the drama, unnecessary drama. Also, and the fact that the bride had created her own photo booth using an iPad, and the iPad was taken that evening. You talking about somebody had lost their mind. I told this woman, do not put your iPad up, especially since this photo booth was going to be in the back of the ballroom space. I told her also we were not going to be responsible for standing there all evening making sure that this iPad did not walk up out of the room. And she said, okay, I understand. Again, probably in an altered state. And now she mad because her iPad is gone. What you want me to do, boo? One of them 175 guests took you. I don't know where it's at. And I hate it for you, but guess what? We're going to go on ahead and leave at 10. We're going to leave at 10 o'clock. And hey, I got to remove myself from the situation. You would think the story stopped there. Of course it did not. Because of the seating and the iPad debacle, I had to receive one of those lovely emails that some of these couples tend to send me after the wedding day. But I'll be honest with you, I expected this one. But to tell you the truth, I was kind of shocked when I received that lovely email. She said thank you for everything, and she enjoyed her day, and she couldn't have asked for a better person to do it. Shut your mouth. Well, this story has a wonderful ending because the couple is happy and so is the DE team. I can appreciate a lovely review. Thank you so very much, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought she was about to cuss us out. But I digress. I'll catch you next time on The Wedding Tea.